Okay.
Yeah.
What does he want us to do? And we can't do that though here.
He wants us to do it. So
we can't. So I'm telling you, we can't.
I'm telling you, we cannot do that here.
This is America, sir. I want my Carl's Jr. All right.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Eye to Nigh. I'm Vlad.
I'm Joey.
We're glad to be back with you guys again. Joey, it's been another week. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm getting like one step closer to graduating, so that's good. I have a bunch of shit I gotta do still with projects. There's always one asshole who's not doing anything, so it's really frustrating, but I'm just like really, really happy that it's almost done. It feels surreal. I like had to order my like graduation.
Oh, the
crap.
cap and gown.
Yeah, all that stuff, which was $80. I'm just like, why? I've already given you so much money, but that just makes sense. But yeah, no, it's good. Just looking for jobs, either like a tech job or tech sales or medical sales. That's what I would prefer really is medical sales, like dental sales. So that's where a lot of money is and a pretty good base salary. So things are good, man. Things are moving.
Yeah.
Everything's great. We got the holidays coming up, right?
Oh, yeah, right around the corner.
Yeah.
Even though we just finished one.
I know. Well, that's not like... I feel like Halloween is like... it's like the beginning of the holidays.
Yeah.
It is a holiday, though, right? Like,
but it's the softball opener.
Exactly.
It's not the main attraction.
Yeah, it's the easy win right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Halloween. We didn't do anything, right?
No, I think...
we did. We went to Carlos and Angela's.
Yeah, we just
okay, that was actually fun. We actually dressed up. I haven't dressed up in forever, so... no, that was really fun. But yeah, man, I mean, it's like, got Thanksgiving right around the corner a few weeks from now, and with that comes...
Black Friday.
Fucking hellhole that is Black Friday.
Vlad, the trampling, the stampedes, the bargains.
Yes, the arrests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, jail time. What do you think about, I mean, in this day and age, are you even going to a store if you want something? No.
So I went to a store one year because I was in college, right? And then, of course, you're seeing all these deals of like you can get a brand new laptop for $200 or like a 70-inch TV for $400. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like I got to try this. So I went to Target one morning and I think I was there maybe like 6:30, 7 a.m. was trying to get a TV. And the thing is like, I mean, of course there's just tons of lines, right? So I'm waiting outside in the cold and I'm just like, why am I here? But then like, I'll never get a deal like this again. Finally, everyone gets let into the store. We all, rushing back to the TV section. And then they have everything like fenced off. So they do it kind of as a lottery where they're just giving you like little raffle tickets. And so the sad part of the story, like the end of the story is like, I got the TV and then I couldn't get it into my car.
What?
Yeah. Like it was too big to fit into my car. So I ended up just like returning it.
No way.
Yeah.
You didn't have anyone you could call to like...
Not at that time, no.
Because I mean, this was before Uber and like you couldn't be like, hey, give me an Escalade over here.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But you know what? Actually, like that's not that big of a deal because the TV that TV today would be obsolete, kind of, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
There's so many other nicer TVs that are probably half the price that TV was.
Yeah, I mean, every Black Friday you're gonna find a better deal. There's gonna be a bigger, newer TV.
Yeah.
So it's just like, eh. But then also too, like, I mean, with the whole way that just this year has been, like, I can't see anybody planning to go camp outside of a store. Like, we're all online now. Like, Newegg, Best Buy, like just everyone's already getting shit shipped to their door anyway.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely going to be, because I think it's like a generational thing, right? Like I feel like it's all the older people that feel like they have to go to the store.
Yeah.
And like all the videos I've ever seen of people getting their asses kicked or like trampled, it's older people, not old people, but it's like, 40s.
Yeah.
I guess I was about to say 30s. That is fucking old now. But it's like 40s to 50s, right? Like it's the woman beating the other woman in the head with the waffle maker, and so
this is mine,
motherfucker. It's $10.
Yeah,
and it's a waffle maker. Like just chill out. But I feel like I have gone to Black Friday once. It was Best Buy, and I believe I got a TV too, and just the prices of the TV then. Even with the deal compared to now, it's just insane. Because like the TVs are so cheap now. It's insane. Like you can get a really nice like 65-inch for like $700. Like back in the day, that was like $3,000.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you remember the plasmas.
Oh yeah.
Those were like, whoa. When you heard plasma or someone had a plasma TV, you were like, holy shit, balling out of control. And then you find out they like go to shit like within a year or 2 years. But looking back, it's just crazy how common like a good TV is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Black Friday, I'm just like, I don't even know what I would want anymore. There's just like nothing, like I don't give a shit about phones anymore. I don't like the new tech. I'm like, I got a laptop. I guess it would just be like maybe some video games would be great on Black Friday. But again, you can get those online.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even, or like through a marketplace, like PlayStation Network or whatever. So it's fucking pointless, you know?
Yeah, I almost kind of was thinking like maybe the way to do it is kind of go kind of like backwards with it. So instead of it being like this huge purchasing day or something, like, just like go volunteer at the food bank or, just do something charitable.
That's very noble of you. In the season of greed, you choose to go help other people. I love that, Vlad.
I mean, like, I don't need a TV. Like,
yeah. I think once you get older, you just start realizing like
it's just
how simple life can be, right?
Yeah, like it's just stuff. So, yeah.
Like, material stuff. I guess I like it, but compared to how I was when I was 20 to now, I just don't like.
Yeah.
I'm not like dying to have like the newest gadget. Like I waited in line for a fucking iPhone, like the iPhone 5.
Yeah.
For like hours and hours, and I had to like switch a company because I was just jumping from one company to the other, not paying the bill. So even after I got to the line, I had to wait 2 hours to get the fucking phone. It was so embarrassing looking back, but. It's like shit like, and the 5 was just a tall 4.
Yeah.
That's all it was by like maybe a 1/4 inch or something, or ½ inch. It's fucking insane. So yeah, I'm not like too worried about it. And if anything, during the holiday seasons, I'm like more happy to like buy gifts for other people.
Yeah.
Like, I love that shit.
Yeah.
I love the whole process of like thinking about it. Holy fuck. Getting it, wrapping it, fucking with them.
Like the process.
Yeah, it's the best. So yeah, fucking Black Friday. It also depends where you go though. Like if you're gonna go to Walmart, you're getting shot.
Walmart is a zoo.
Yeah, even on a regular day, Walmart, you can get shot at Walmart. But like Target, Best Buy, I would go.
It's funny how that works because when I like first came out of school and had my first job, Walmart was like my go-to for like home like furnishings and stuff. Like I needed a vacuum cleaner. All right, $60 or $59.
Well, it's great for a college student.
Oh yeah. I mean, like that plus IKEA was like the two go-tos of like, okay, you have your own space now, but you obviously are not going to blow the bank on it, you know? And then now I'm just like, Walmart, no, I'm going to Target. Like,
if I don't have to go to Walmart, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my very last resort. And even then, I'll just back out, just get it online. I'd rather have the postman steal it from my door like they always do at our apartment.
So it's funny you mention that because there's a huge issue in this neighborhood with like some of the mailboxes. Like the Amazon package theft has gotten nuts. So you'll see like they have like cluster mailboxes, so everyone goes to like the same set of boxes, and just there's on one street they're just all blown out. Like someone just like is crowbarring the things open. Yeah, it's wild.
What?
I mean, even like, now a lot of people have those Ring doorbells so you can see folks just like running up and they just grab the package and run away. And it's like,
you gotta be a real moron to be stealing shit nowadays. Like you can't get away with it anymore. Honestly, you just can't.
I mean, everyone's got like a video recording device, so it's like,
and they're affordable. It's not like security cameras in the 90s where you had to be like Agent Cody Banks or something like that shit, or Richie Rich. But so you're saying the mailboxes here, the little community thing here, the doors are blown out and people are jacking people's shit?
Yeah, so it's not all of them. There are like 2 streets, like, way over there that this keeps happening. Like there are posts on Nextdoor about this like every month. And then the post office is like, well, this is actually like an HOA issue, blah, blah, blah. Talk to them. And the HOA is like, I don't know, I guess they're doing something. But
hell, that's what you pay for, right?
But you know what?
Do something.
This actually reminds me though. Got a little bit of good news from the HOA. Because, I don't think people typically regard HOAs very highly, but there was a bright spot this past week. So apparently, this is like, I was over the moon when I heard this. Google Fiber is doing construction in this neighborhood.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You get that good internet.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got now, Spectrum?
Spectrum.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You know, I like Spectrum more than AT&T though.
Yeah, that's true.
AT&T is god awful, but I think AT&T's cable back in the day was like the best when I had cable. But God, it's just fucking internet sucks. I will say, Spectrum, you've been really good to me with my gaming. But actually, no, you haven't. Because I haven't played a lot of online games, actually. So I don't even fucking know if you're legit. Have I? Yeah, you're usually pretty good with Call of Duty. So big ups to you, Spec. But yeah, that's Google Fiber. That's like the one everyone's always.
Yeah.
They're getting bigger too, because San Antonio, like, excuse me, all my friends and stuff are talking about Google Fiber in their neighborhoods, and that's the good.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cheap too. It's not crazy expensive, and
so the thing is, with Spectrum, you're getting, so we're on like the 200 megabits package, right? So I think we pay like $75 for it, which is not the promotional rate, but that's like a whole other thing. Like
so we give that to a new fucking customer.
Yeah. So you like, if you come in at like 45, you're probably on like that promo deal for a year, and then after that, they're like, yeah, well, you know, the regular price. But
out of nowhere too, they do that.
Yeah.
1 month, you're just like, what?
Yeah, so
Double?
I mean, they do tell you ahead of time, like when I signed the contract, but you know, a year passes, like I'm not gonna remember that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Google Fiber is like, it's pure uncut internet. It's,
unadulterated.
Yeah, it's like 1 gig down, 1 gig up.
I don't care what kind of surveillance capitalism you get on me, Google. You give me that internet, baby.
It's the honest kind of internet.
Yeah, it lets you know, hey,
yeah,
I'm spying on your ass, bitch.
Oh yeah. All those Google Home devices, they're listening.
They have a phone plan now too. They have like their own, which I'm kind of interested in that as well, because if I were to want a carrier, it would be Google, because they're literally fucking everywhere in the world. So, kind of interesting. I mean, they're so fucking big, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, they're in everything. Like even I was reading an article today. So this is this is kind of a weird one. So that company 23andMe that was doing like the genetic testing and the swabs, apparently this article was saying that surprise, surprise, 23andMe's initial plan was not just to be a nice, friendly company that does genetic testing. So they had, I think, like this 3-phase plan that their founder came up with. So first thing is like, you know, make it normal, accept it, like do the swabs, get the genetic testing back. And ultimately, like phase 2 of their plan is build this database of tons of, like millions of people's genetic information. And then phase 3 is, now that we have all this information, we're going to start designing drugs based on like people's genetic likelihoods. So it's like, if you know that, let's say you have a sample size of 100 million, right? And okay, people seem to have like this particular gene structure and they're at risk for like Alzheimer's or something. Then we're going to build this drug that targets this gene. Like we have the data, and then we're also going to supply you the drug too. So
what the fuck? This is like that movie. Have you? Oh fuck, Natalia would know. There was a movie where they did this, and like, oh, it was M. Night Shyamalan's new movie. Fucking son of a bitch.
Let's see.
They're on the fucking beach or some shit. Old. So okay, have you heard of Old?
No.
Do you like M. Night Shyamalan?
No.
Ah, fuck. God damn you, Vlad. What do you mean? Which ones? You like Signs? Or not Signs? Do you like Sixth Sense?
No. I just we're not a fan of it. Like, I don't hate the guy or anything. I'm just like, yeah.
Wow, I love Sixth. I can understand a lot of hate on a lot of his movies, but The Sixth Sense was like, I was like, wow, blew me away. But you know, to each their own.
Yeah.
But anyway, Old is about these like people it's people from all different backgrounds, families or like single people, rich people, whatever. They get an invitation to go to like this luxury resort. They're like, cool, and they all meet up and they're all on a beach. And then they start, they can't leave the beach. Like, they start figuring out, like, what the fuck, I can't leave the beach. Well, there's something with, like, the minerals around. Like, there's, like, a big bunch of mountains and stuff that surrounds the beach. And they start aging, like, ridiculously quick. Like, in 15 minutes, the 8-year-old is, like, 20.
I think I saw the trailer for this, now that you're describing it.
It's so wacky and weird. We saw it on my birthday, because I like M. Night Shyamalan. He's had some really bad misses. Like, The Happening was just fucking terrible. But with Mark Wahlberg, that's another. Anyway, like, these people keep aging, like, really quickly. Like, within an hour, like, one person's dead who was 40 when they were on the beach of old age. Well, they figure it out at the end. Spoiler alert, turn this off if you don't want to know this, even though it seems like Vlad doesn't give a shit about this guy. But like at the end, they arrest the people responsible, but it was to like study their genetics and see like what medicine they needed or whatever, and stuff they were dying of. It was really wacky, but that's what that reminds me of, and that's really creepy. But that also reminds me of the chick who got in trouble, the Silicon Valley girl, where she had your blood.
Yeah,
and then she would develop. Right?
Theranos.
Theranos.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the same thing, right?
Yeah.
That was her idea.
But her thing, like, yeah, that was her idea. Like, there was going to be, like, a single device. You just do, like, a drop of blood, and it gives you all this, like, information and shit. But I thought her thing was, like, she was, like, a con artist.
Oh, she was. Totally.
Yeah.
She was, like, she was not, she was just taking, like, seed money and, like, all kinds of shit.
But I mean, nowadays, I feel like you can get seed money for, like, anything.
You can, if it's a good enough idea, you're going to get at least one round.
But this is the crazy thing.
And
like,
just right off into the sense.
But like, if you look at like Uber or Lyft and stuff, like I think it was Uber like just barely posted their first profit. Like, and think about how long Uber's been around.
Yeah, that's pretty common for a lot of companies, though, too. Like,
But
just to reinvest and then you don't pay tax. It's like a tax loophole, too. Because, like, we've all heard the Amazon thing, like, where Jeff Bezos never pays taxes.
Yeah.
He's doing it legally, technically, because he just never makes really a profit, because he just reinvests into manufacturing and, new companies and trucks and...
Blue Origin. Yeah. Going to space.
Yeah, space dicks. But yeah, that's I don't know. That's it's kind of wacky.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason I never got like the genetic testing, because I'm a bit like a big like digital privacy guy. So I'm like, once they have my information, like
you knew better.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck that.
I think I did it once. I got it as a gift, and then I got it for Natalia after. I was like, why? As soon as we sent it off, I was like, why did I do that? I know she's Colombian, she's like South American.
Yeah.
Well, you got like Spanish roots. Big whoop, So
I mean, I think it's kind of, I can see the appeal of it, right? It's kind of like, ooh, like, what is it gonna be?
What am I?
Yeah, and then you're like waiting for the results, and then they're like, okay, after 2 months, they're like, oh, your results are ready. It's like a gift that keeps giving. But like long term, that's when I start getting cynical, and I'm like, someone's got my info, my genetic information in a database somewhere, and they're gonna do something with it.
Yeah, they're gonna plant the seed somewhere.
Yeah.
And, I murdered the president, but I wasn't there. I was like a Manchurian candidate.
God.
Sirhan. That's what they're gonna make me. Not that I won't kill a president. But that's of course what it ended up being, I guess. And I guess they're saying they're using it for a greater good in terms of like maybe catching a disease or catching a likelihood you catch something and that's related to your type of blood or family history.
Yeah.
I guess that's a novel thing, but I'm sure that's not the only fucking thing they're doing with my goddamn blood.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I think there is value in it. I just don't want to sign up to do it. Like, I think there's a lot of drug development and like pharmaceuticals that can definitely like, their industry is going to be helped by just having a shit ton of data. But I mean, as with every tech company, right? Like Facebook has a leak like once every month or something like that. It's like, I don't know, after a while, like if you're decoding my DNA, I don't really want that like just on the internet. But
yeah, the ethical standard for a lot of these companies is not the best.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of
They'll sell it to somebody on the corner for 20 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Just the marketing alone you could get out of that. Out of your fucking blood and shit. Just wacky. What was the other one though? There was like a hereditary. I think I did the hereditary one. And it was basically the same shit. You're a Scandinavian. You're Welsh. Oh. It's like as soon as I got it, I don't give a shit anymore. Like I kind of knew I was gonna be like this European mutt.
Yeah.
So it's kind of stupid to be honest. And every white person is like 1% Nigerian or something.
Yeah.
So they always say they're like, I'm 1% African American. I'm like, that's not true. Everyone is probably 1%. So. Oh God. So it's wacky, but kind of switching up on that, we finally see that the infrastructure bill, the bipartisan bill, has been passed. The $1 trillion money machine that I don't know. I thought we were broke. what's going on?
That's a good question. I mean, yeah, I thought we didn't have the money to go around because Congress, right, was playing this game of chicken where they're like, okay, are we going to raise the debt ceiling? No, maybe not. Like, let's just see what happens. We'll kick the can down the road. But now we're pulling trillions of bucks out of our ass somehow.
Thanks, Federal Reserve.
Yeah, I mean, there's that whole like inflation thing, right? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that because prices of everything are going up, right?
Oh,
like,
it's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Just gas alone in my car, my tiny little car. It does need premium, but you know, it used to be like $25,
Yeah.
$27. It's like 42.
Dude, those COVID gas prices.
Whew.
That was like you could fill up the tank with like $20.
I know. They were like, "Fuck, we gotta sell this shit."
Yeah.
No one's driving.
Dump it all, dump it.
Yeah, and it would last forever because you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So like, I wasn't going to school.
Dude, a tank of gas was lasting us like 3 weeks. Sometimes if we really didn't go anywhere, like we didn't do any kind of like Sunday driving, a month. Like you could get like close to a month on a tank of gas. It's insane.
That was such a weird time because I was still working. Like they furloughed me a bit or dropped my hours down, but by like a day, and then I was getting $600 on top of what I was working. So I was making like over $400-500 more.
Yeah.
Sitting on my ass. It was crazy. It was so wacky. So we saved a shit ton of money, and you know, my wife got furloughed, but then you know, everyone just got help from the government. It was like our first big dose of American socialism.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, cool. Hey, this is pretty cool, actually.
Give me the money.
Give me more. But yeah, that was, you know, obviously there was some things that weren't great, but
Yeah.
you know, that was a weird time. But what exactly is in this fucking infrastructure though, that you've seen?
Yeah, so as I understand it, this is really gonna start improving like the roadways and like the infrastructure that we built in like World War II that we were just kind of like
mega power.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a lot of the like roadway infrastructure. I think it's gonna be some of the water infrastructure. Shout out to Flint, Michigan. Don't know if they still have clean water.
Still need to get. I heard that it's a big process though. Like they're actually doing it, but it's like the pipes.
Yeah.
That was like 4 years ago. It should have been done, I think.
Well,
Japan would have had that done. If that was in the Japanese streets.
So that's one of the things that's always been crazy to me in history. Like, we dropped 2 bombs on Japan.
Yeah.
And then in 50 years, they're like, hey guys, we're a technological giant.
Yeah, we have the most advanced architecture in the world.
Yeah. So it's like, if they can do that, come on, America.
It just shows you their priorities, though.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know. Maybe Japan's government's corrupt too, but it's just a smaller country, so we don't really hear about it. But it looks like everyone in Japan's fucking having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest.
Well, yeah. Well, they do have that whole like shut-in problem, and then like their birth rate is declining, and
that's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Japanese though. They're dense. Like Tokyo is like one of the like 4th, 5th densest city in the world. So
there's an interesting YouTube series about this that I've been looking at kind of recently. It's called I think it's like Strong Towns or something like that. Link in the description below. So what this guy apparently is like super into urban planning and like, I don't know, all this esoteric shit. So of course the YouTube algorithm at like 2 a.m. is like, hey, you want to watch a video? Strong Towns.
I know you're trying to sleep, motherfucker.
I'm like, what is this? So I watch it and it's like, it's one of those, you know how some people do like the really short, like, you know, upbeat, like, hell, 20 things you didn't know about Tiger Woods, you know? This is not that. This is like the 20-minute, like.
Oh yeah, that's too long for me.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like you gotta commit to those kind of episodes.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's different 20 minutes on the TV compared to 20 minutes on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're just sitting there and you're like, okay, and then like an ad is gonna come up and you're like, do I really want to watch this?
New Google Fi. Okay, but what was it talking about though?
So the guy's talking about how we've designed our infrastructure and how we've designed our towns in a really ass backwards way. So one of the things, right, is like he talks about how suburbs are financially unsustainable.
Yeah.
So the argument he makes is like, you know, you go into this neighborhood, right, and like gentrification happens, you start clearing land, you start building these suburbs, right? House prices start increasing, everyone's like, oh, I want to move here, this is the new trendy area, there's a Trader Joe's, there's a Whole Foods, wow. And so the city or the county is spending like a shit ton of money to do all this development, right? And so what they're spending is a lot, but they're seeing like kind of those gains like in the first, let's say 3 to 5 years. But then the neighborhood itself is going to be there for like 25, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So after like that first 5 years, it's like, okay, you still got to maintain all the shit, but now the boom is over.
It's
right?
flatline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it ends up being like a net negative. Like you're just shelling out more money.
Are you talking about the people who own the development or like the people living in the neighborhoods?
So neither. This is like the government,
Oh.
the local government.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's another thing where he talks about Houston, and I thought this is actually a funny episode because I'm from Houston. And so he was like, yeah, I was like visiting Houston one day and I realized that like some streets just have no sidewalks. Like there's no place for anybody to walk on the street. And he has this thing called like about how the road system is fucked up and all this.
Oh, in Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Go ahead, though, Vlad.
But so essentially he's like saying the model of how we're doing things is really messed up. And he prefers Europe because very dense, like they make use of their land like really, really well. So you can have like a coffee shop on the bottom, right? Like let's say you have a building. You get a coffee shop in the bottom, right? You know, nice, trendy. You go get your little biscotti and croissant.
Ooh.
And then upstairs, people live there.
It's like a tavern and bars underneath and...
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What does he want us to do? And we can't do that, though, here.
He wants us to do it.
We can't. I'm telling you, we can't.
Look, I'm telling you, we cannot do that here.
This is America, sir. I want my Carl's Jr. All right?
So that's the whole thing, right? Like he's riffing on America because he's like, come on, guys, like there's a better way to do it.
It's pretty interesting.
There are some cities that are kind of like adopting this model. And so he talks about that and he's really, I guess, trying to push us more towards that, like not all the way to like the Dutch, like we're going to bike around everywhere. But it's kind of like, let's be a little bit smarter about how we do things.
So is he wanting us to like live in apartments and not suburbs? Because I've been hearing that, like that's kind of what they're pushing people to do is like just rent or buy an apartment.
Yeah, so that is one of his things.
I don't like that.
Well, why don't you like it, Joey?
Well, I guess you could buy your own apartment
Yeah.
or like penthouse or whatever. No one can afford that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess someone could afford buying an apartment. It's probably cheaper than a house right now in Austin, to be honest, a little place. But I don't know. I feel like, I mean, you guys have a home, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like having a home, it's your home.
Yeah.
No one can take that away from you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess the bank could if something happened, but that's not happening. So
Gotta sell the farm.
Yeah. God damn it. Shit, I gotta sell my kid. I don't know. I just love the idea of having a home. I've like always grew up in like a house and stuff like that, but I just don't like that. That's what because I feel like even before you tell me about this YouTube video and this guy you are talking about, I just felt like that's where we were heading. Like they just want you to rent or like get out of the suburbs and it's a waste of space and
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So his thing isn't that like everyone should be forced to rent. He's just saying like the buildings that we construct need to be smarter.
Okay.
Like he is for like that kind of mixed use development. So yes, like more apartments, but you can still have like houses and shit.
Okay.
So there was, I can't remember the name of it, but there's like some kind of like mixed use model that he's talking about where it's just not like the way that the suburbs are laid out, right? So in the suburbs, you drive in, the houses all look the same, right? You basically just run up this road and there's nothing around you. Like there's no restaurant.
Complete waste of space.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
So with what he's advocating for, you can still purchase homes, like all that stuff. It's like, but you're going to be integrated into like the town.
Into society.
Yeah. So like you might have a house that's like up the road from a tavern or something. So that's all he's saying. But
okay, I got you. That's fair.
Yeah.
It is quite hard to still do that though in a lot of these big cities like Houston and stuff.
It's not designed for it.
Yeah, it's just too late now.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to literally remake half the stuff. That is kind of funny though. Like, so there's like some places there's no sidewalk at all.
No, it's true though. So for example, like walking around in Houston as a kid, right? Like you can cross the street, right? Like let's say, you know, I'm getting off the bus and I'm walking home. I cross the street, like I'm just walking on the sidewalk, and then the next block, there's no sidewalk. It's
You're just back on the road?
Yeah.
What the
So
fuck?
you're either walking in the road or you gotta like cross the street to the other side because that's like where the sidewalk is.
Whoa.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
There's no Rice Village.
No.
Rice Village, there's too much shit, too much walking
Yeah.
over there, too many...
But that's a whole other thing though too, right? Because like Rice Village and Bel Air, they're technically like their own little,
bubble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they're like not.
They will not adapt to this guy.
No.
Where they will say, "Fuck you, sir. I have $15 billion.
Exactly.
Right? I own this block, sir.
Yep.
I own Rice."
But okay, so going back to the infrastructure thing though, I think it's about time that this got passed.
Okay.
Because my hope with this, when I was reading the bill, is like it's going to create jobs. And it's going to create like skilled labor jobs, right? So we're going to, all the like the welders, the plumbers, like all that shit, like that people have been doing for like the past 50 years. Now, my hope is like, okay, now we're going to start putting people to work and be like, hey, you don't need to go to college. Like, go pick up a trade. We're doing all these infrastructure projects. Like, you've got work, you don't just sit on your hands. Like, you can make money for yourself. And then also too, like as a nation, hopefully we're going to be more competitive because like a lot of the bridges and roadways and shit is just like, yeah, we built it in like the 40s and the 50s and then we just never did anything with it. So
yeah, we never kept innovating pretty much in terms of like societal things.
It's like we did it, it's done. All right, guys, great job. Now it's like, okay, well, yeah, we need to like fix this shit.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, I love that we're gonna improve, many functions of society, but I'm just like worried about like the money.
Yeah, like where did it come from?
They're not gonna. It's not like they're taxing corporations like they always fucking promise. It's like I'm gonna have to pay for this shit. You know what I mean? And like everything is solvent. Like Medicare is solvent. My Social Security is gonna be solvent. But now we're pumping out to build a new fucking bridge somewhere that just fill the potholes. It's really all. That's really what I wanted.
So the funny thing about that, if you want the potholes filled, you actually need to take
city.
Yeah,
city ordinances, which they won't do shit either. But
God, so when we lived in Chicago, there was the street right outside of our apartment had the shittiest, deepest potholes, and I was like fed up. So I wrote the city, and I was like, "Look, guys, I don't know what these fucking taxes you're collecting are, but you need to fix this shit."
Only one of the biggest cities in the fucking country.
It's like, come on, guys, like just. I see the trucks coming out. Like, what are you doing? Just fill it.
That's what I'm worried about with this, though. Because I obviously I know it's like a federal thing and whatever, but is the money budget? These idiots don't even budget right now with what they have. So, like, I can't imagine $1 trillion. How much of that is going to get lost in the fold? And I just don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Even bipartisan issue, I just don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
We just, I don't know.
I mean, the numbers are mind-boggling at this point. Like, how did we come up with $1 trillion? Like, I don't know. Like, I guess we're just printing the money out. Like, we find it somewhere.
That's what we're doing. The Federal Reserve just prints it. And I didn't even know, the crazy thing is the Federal Reserve is not even federal. It's private. It's a private company.
Yes. Real facts.
And they deal.
Today you guys learned something new.
They decide they can say no and yes to these kind of things. So to me, it's just like, at that point, why am I even going to vote for anything when these guys are going to control?
Burn it down.
Burn it down. We need a new system, baby. Have you read Karl Marx's third autobiography? It's just like, that just blows my mind when I found that out. Because it's like, it's almost like they're not even on our side, which they're not on our side.
Yeah.
But when it's a private fucking central bank, you're already doomed. Because now it's like just print more money and then it causes inflation, and the money becomes useless. And
so I think basically, I mean, to put it into just very like crude terms, I mean, yeah, the Fed is deciding the monetary policy, and I think it's kind of just like an experiment. Like, somebody's got their little hand on the wheel and they're like, okay, so things were kind of it's like we got to turn this up because people are at home and the pandemic and all this.
Let's lower interest rates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now like cost of things are going up, supply chains all fucked up. So
it's good to be rich right now. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
I'm not, but it's good to be.
It's never a bad time to be rich.
Well, it's never a bad time, but there's some miserable assholes. Let me tell you. A lot of rich people are really just
with money though.
With money, but miserable with money.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can buy a happiness for a couple days at least.
Yeah.
I think. That's what they tell me. But I don't know. We'll see how it pans out. I mean, is there, besides like rebuilding roads and shit, are they going to do like the trains? Are they doing any of that shit? That's what I want.
Yeah, I don't think so. So America's like train infrastructure is kind of weird because it's more focused on like freight and logistics, whereas like the European model is more like transit. Yeah. So we kind of actually did it like the opposite of, America is like, oh, we're gonna do things our way.
Yeah.
So like all of our train networks, right? Like primarily are used just to ship like shit around the country. Austin is supposed to be getting some new trains though.
I've been saying that for 10 years.
But now we finally voted on it and
That's
it's been
true,
approved.
yeah.
So, when taxes go up in 2 years, that's what it's
I
going
can't even
for.
imagine the cost of living in this fucking place by the time a train gets here.
Yeah.
But maybe you won't need a car then. No, but I want a car.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do anymore.
So that's the thing, right? Like that's part of the American culture. It's like I need my car.
I want my stuff.
Yeah.
Me.
That's
me.
I need it.
Fuck you, me. Yeah. I don't know, Biden. I hope it works out. I don't know what to say.
Good luck with that Build
Yeah.
Back Better, buddy.
And yeah. Good for you, Biden.
Yeah. So there's another interesting thing though, just kind of switching off that topic.
Yeah.
So last episode we covered Meta and the Metaverse.
Yeah.
And so now, everyone, I don't know if this was like the plan behind the scenes, but now there's a whole like Metaverse movement.
Yes.
So
People are getting excited now, man.
Oh yeah. So all these companies apparently are now starting to do things with the metaverse. Like I think Microsoft has a division that's like going to jump into the metaverse. And then Tinder is also too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're in some metaverse shit too. So
that's pretty crazy. Like a dating app virtually.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So their thing is like you're going to be able to do these like online or I don't even know if you like is it online? Like it's
I don't know.
So I guess you can do like these how it's going to work is you're going to be able to do these VR experiences like as a date. Like so you can go experience the Taj Mahal with like whoever you swiped right on or something like that.
With like an Indians or something. You can date an Indian. You can date wherever you want to go. You can date them.
Yeah.
You know what? Facebook stole this shit, right? Because this was already around. Now Zuck is making it seem like there's only one.
Yeah, I mean this is basically the plot of Ready Player One.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy though. I mean, I never thought about like the dating app thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that's for. Like, I feel like most people on Tinder are younger, so they probably want to go out, right?
Yeah.
But it is kind of cool that you could like maybe match with someone in another country,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can like go on a date. That's really bizarre. That's weird.
I think
you know how awkward people are in a face-to-face date. I can't imagine a fucking metaverse date.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think they will try to like sell it as like it's an easier kind of thing. It's like a low pressure.
At least for the first date, right? You get to see them like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you can also do things like that you wouldn't normally be able to do, right? So maybe they'll use like satellite imagery and like you guys are watching like looking down at the earth or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of those like super cool experiences that you wouldn't get a chance to do normally, but now you can do it in the metaverse.
Oh my god, I'm just like so worried with how like out of touch people are gonna become.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like Blade Runner, the newer one where he has his fucking whatever her name was.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be like. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna fall in love with this, or we're gonna fall in love. Well, I'm not. I'm married. Well, you're married too. But people are gonna fall in love with these.
Just like AI
virtual
or bots or something.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Excuse me. I could see a couple people like never taking off their headset. Like you just don't leave your house.
Yeah, it's gonna be warped.
Yeah,
brain warped.
They're also gonna do a what is it called? They're gonna have like their not a cryptocurrency, but they're gonna have like a coin, like online coin system.
Oh, really?
So you can like purchase. You can take your real money and buy, I guess, like Tinder metaverse coins. And then you can spend those on things in the metaverse. So it's just like another way for them to make money.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's going to be wild.
You just instead of going out, you're going to spend money, with a headset on, it's crazy.
I mean, if you really push the idea, right, I could see why not just have a wedding in the metaverse? Because then nobody has to travel. You don't have to rent like a venue.
Oh my god. I don't like any of this. Let me tell you, I'm going to get a VR headset. I will, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing this metaverse shit. And my kids damn sure as well not either. All right?
But when they go to their friend's house, their friends are going to have a headset.
And then I'm going to be the bad guy.
Yep. That's how it goes.
That is fucking crazy, though. Yeah, just thinking about like what you can do just on the dating side of that with Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
Tinder's so smart, too. Like, I mean, they're one of the pioneers of the whole, like, swipe right, all that shit. So that's pretty interesting that they're they're picking up that idea. But there's just gonna be so many new companies born out of this whole metaverse thing. There's gonna be so many new like opportunities. I kind of like how you were saying with the infrastructure bill, it creates jobs and stuff. This is gonna fucking like create tons of new companies. And it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think just both on the hardware and the software side, right? Because you've already got Oculus, right? And these guys are gonna have like they already have the headsets. Eventually, you know, there's probably gonna be like the gloves. That, you know, so there's going to be all kinds of accessories too, like, oh, here's like a mat that you can stand on that will just walk around and stuff. And then the software side, like, yeah, you know, if you just create like a tech company and you hook it into the metaverse, like, why can't you order Domino's pizza with your headset on, you know, or something like that? So a lot of opportunity. I mean, and we're still, I feel like we're at that kind of sweet spot where the technology is definitely there. We know it works and companies are investing in it, but it hasn't like popped yet. You know, it's not
like the next big thing, next big wave.
Like, because I think right now it's at that point like where Bitcoin was, where it's like people are using it for shit, but it's like it's not, the feeding frenzy hasn't happened yet,
right?
You know, so
people are hyper aware of it, but they're not really like comfortable yet and like
it's not in everyone's homes
accepting it. Yeah, that's like the one thing. I mean, I invested like a little bit into Bitcoin. I'm just like, fuck it. If I can like invest a little bit every week. Because at this point I'm like, okay, this is a thing. It's been around too fucking long now. For it to not be a thing. You know, it's very volatile. I get that because it's crypto, but who knows, in 10 years it might be $1 million for one coin. I don't know. You know, I don't fucking know. I don't get it. So I'm just gonna invest in it. All right. But that's creepy. I think there's gonna be a ton more crime too with this, like, you know, whatever it's like cybersecurity. There's gonna be a ton of new fucking software for that. And, you know, if they're already hacking your laptop, I can't imagine what they're gonna do with my fucking my VR set. You know what I mean? It's creepy.
God, that's gonna be like The Sims, like someone just remote controlling you,
like just walking and like to a bank, pull out your money. Oh my god. I will say I will do my best to never put any money in any kind of metaverse shit, because that shit will be gone.
I mean, it's going straight to Zuck's pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Zuckerberg. He's an evil genius. More evil than anything, but
lizard people.
Lizard draconians. Can I tell you, man. Oh man, that's crazy. Crazy. What let's end this episode with what are you looking for Christmas, man? What are you wanting?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think, you know, kind of how you mentioned, right? I think now compared to like when I was in my 20s, I've kind of like taken a step back from stuff. So now, you know, there's a handful of things, like there's a couple books on my list.
Books are always good.
Yeah.
Books are good.
It's more like just kind of experience shit, you know?
Yeah, that's how my wife is. At this point, she's like, I'd rather go on a trip than spend, you know, $1,000 on gifts. So, at this point, I'm just like, you get older too, you're like, I don't want to spend any money.
Yeah, it's like, I think I need to put my list together, but it's not really anything
not
crazy.
Not going to blow the doors off.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, but you know, speaking of experiences, there was a very cool experience I had this week. So one of my friends is a big foodie, like one of those people who gets on like reservation lists and, you know, checks out new restaurants. Nice. So he hit me up and, you know, he was like, hey, you know, you want to check out this place? And I was like, well, I don't know. So there's a restaurant called Tsuke Edomae in the Mueller neighborhood. And so it's a very small, intimate setting. And the chef there, Chef Mike, does high quality sushi. So this is not like, how can I put it? The best
HEB sushi.
Yeah, it's not gas station or HEB sushi. Basically, it's really high quality stuff. It's a small, intimate setting, like only 8 people. You know, you come in, you take your shoes off. It's very nice, and the fish speaks for itself. Let me tell you. So I had he has an octopus dish there. I had that, and usually whenever I have octopus, it's like rubbery, like it's just so chewy, so tough. This was like biting into chicken, like a chicken breast. Yeah, it was crazy. So with that being said, it is extremely difficult to get on the list. I think they're like booked up until March 2022 or something like that. So yeah, good luck.
I can't just walk in there.
No. It's not that kind of spot. So, but it's really good. I would highly recommend the omakase. So that's like the chef's choice. So I think it's like $80 or something like that per person. So basically you come in and the chef is like, here's what we're going to eat tonight, you know? and he does his best to make sure like you're seeing a lot of different things, like like it's not just okay, here's a fish. It's like different varieties of fish. You might do like squid, scallops, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, listeners, if you are in the Austin area, Tsuke Edomae, it's in the Mueller area. Give it a check out. Take a look at the website. Give it a Google. It's quite difficult to get in, but I will say it is very much worth it if you can get in. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like any way you can like check in and see if people have openings or whatever. If some people couldn't make it.
Yeah, so he has a wait list, and so the way that works is like if someone like cancels their spot or something,
next person up.
Yeah, you get like a little notification.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's a hot spot.
And you went there with your friend, you said.
Yeah, so he is one of those people who like checks the website, you know, makes the booking, all that kind of stuff. So he's on it. I just happen, you know, just hey, can I go to this thing?
Yeah. Is it like how much do they give you for the $80?
Yeah.
Obviously the quality is high enough to where $80 could be warranted for sushi.
So there's two things I'll say to that. If you're looking at omakases in the Austin area, it's more like his is actually on the more reasonably priced side.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you go to like Uchi or Uchiko, you're blowing like $150 at least. Yeah.
Easy.
And the other thing too is like they do a whole lot of like fancy stuff, you know. So it's like it's a lot of package and presentation and all that, and it's like okay, like some people, it's just two different styles of thought, right? Like some people want the most complex kind of, you know, showy thing. The other is kind of like the simplicity of it. Like don't do a whole, like with steak, right? When you have a good steak, it's just simple. There's not like it's got mushrooms and caramelized onions and compound. It's like, no, I just want to taste the steak.
Just some salt and pepper.
Yeah. So this is like that kind of place. Sorry, you had asked me something.
No, yeah, that's basically it. I mean, because, you know, there's a lot of sushi places that are expensive as shit and aren't really the best quality. It might be good, but you know, I'm willing to pay that kind of price if it's good and the experience and everything. So.
Oh yeah. So that's the thing. You're not like, so he does like one piece at a time, and I think you'll probably get like maybe 8 or 10 pieces. So you're not gonna be stuffed afterward, but like I didn't feel hungry when I left. The other thing too is after you try everything in the omakase, then he gives you an opportunity to say like, oh, I really liked the octopus, or I liked, you know, the bluefin, what is it? Chotoro or something like that. So you can always get more of like what you want like in the second round. But yeah, it's not one of those places where, you know, he's like, here's the whole fish. It's definitely like you know, you're getting small portions, but it's filling. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, yeah, guys, check that out. What was it called again, Vlad?
Tsuke Edomae.
Say it again.
Tsuke Edomae.
There we go. Okay, guys, with that, we want to wish you a
happy Christmas.
Have a merry, happy Christmas. Yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. I believe next week we're going to be taking a break.
Yeah.
So we will be back in 2 weeks with the newest episode of Eye to Nigh. Once again, I am Joey.
I'm Vlad.
Thank you guys again for listening, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Bye.
See ya.